All right. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Why did that just come to mind? Meh, whatever. Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be doing a quick stream because I just really want to do this, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a great reason. This is going to be a live stream build of a Sisters of Battle army for Warhammer 40K. I'm going to try and do a 2,000 point list. That said, I just have Battlescribe open right now. We'll be creating it on this app, which I gotta say is addicting. As you can see, I have a bunch of lists here, and let's go. Yeah, I have fun naming them. Hi everyone, I'm Airier. So yeah, I'm just going to run in and see what happens. Also, I should probably mute that. Yeah, better. Oops. So yeah, let's just see what kind of craziness I can get up to. And by craziness, I mean I'm looking forward to this. Just going to pull a few things up quickly. All right, turn that off, turn that on. And here we go. Now, I got the few lists here. You can see the repent motherfucker. I actually got this idea from my girlfriend, who's a massive fan of Pantheon stalking. So, yeah, I make no regrets. This, I'm not going to talk about this one. It's a degenerate list. It's terrible, and it would probably never win, but it would be fun for me. My opponent would want to murder me in person, and they would deserve it. So yeah. Also, Wallace, Lord Inquisitor, sup guys, and Broly, thanks for dropping in. So for everyone here, thanks. Yeah, this is a new type of stream. I haven't done this before. So of course, I took the poll on YouTube for what list I'll be building yesterday, and I'm actually a little surprised Adeptus Sororitas won. I was kind of expecting Mechanicus. Not complaining though. I really like building Sisters lists. I actually got quite a few of their models right now. None that I can reach though, because I keep them further out of my reaching range. Short arms. Meh. Now, I'm going to start with doing a straight-up battalion. Where's the battalion? Ah, here we go, battalion. Want to work up to brigade, but I just don't have the extras yet. Could probably get it. I'll only start with one. I'll name it in a bit. Also, if anyone wants me to use a specific name for this Sisters battalion, make sure to leave a comment in the chat because I'll use that one. I just realized what I said, and I regret it already when I said it. Just going to drop these in. Okay, we got the Aura Conviction. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the lists for Sisters, there's two ways I really like to build them. One is the smart way, where you have a lot of good mid-range options that you charge in, and then you murder things with a lot of fire. Maybe not the strongest fire, but a lot of it. The other way is a stupid way to play it that would almost never work, but I enjoy. And we're going to do that one because I want to do degenerate things today. So we are going to do degenerate things. We're going to start with the Order of the Bloody Rose. That's right, we're doing a melee Sisters list. Is it good? No. Is it fun? Yes. The entire arc of this list will be get close, murder. Ooh, hey, they can include stratagems now? Oh, that's a new update. That just literally came out today. Okay, so this is a separate area, and okay. I wonder if that changes based on other things. The Ball Kicker Battalion. All right, so we have one vote already for this list being called Ball Kicker. Oh, God, I really should have thought of that before I said it. I wonder what other changes they made. Okay, they took out a lot of things, actually. We got the Force Org slot? Huh. Oh, okay, so they moved all the Inquisitors to this. Sorry, they just updated a Battlescribe as I'm doing this today. I literally updated right before I started streaming like 5 minutes ago, which is why I was late, because it was updating. So this is all new. They really changed. And now it's another vote for Nutcrackers. I think I see where this is going. And you know what? In hindsight, when I said melee Sisters of Battle, yeah, should not be surprised at all. Not saying it's wrong either. Now let's start off with the freaking obvious options. We're going to take a Canoness because, well, easy. Celestine. And as much as I like some of the other options, I'm going to just stop at these two for now in case I want a different battalion. Now, obvious for Canoness because reroll ones. That's just useful. And Celestine because, I mean, she's just good in general, and, you know, +1 invul save is really freaking good. Don't even need to make her the main choice. Now let's just jump down. We're going to put the troop options in. You only have one, so I'll just take 3 right off the bat. I'm going to leave them base for now and see what we have points for later if I can. Let's see. Really, Valis? Blood for the blood god. I mean, the Emperor. Really? Blood for the Emperor. Well, this is the Bloody Rose. God. So that's done. What is this? Oh, yeah. Catanus. Battlescribe does this thing where you need to actually hit the bolt pistol. And because it's a melee, I'm just going to hit Blessed Blade. I'm going to leave it plain for now and work on the rest part. This is where I think it gets fun. First up. Okay, let's be honest. The second I said melee sisters, you all know what I was thinking. We're going to go with the Repentia. Now, they're interesting because they are horrible at surviving. But with the recent changes, even though they're now only strength 3, it's strength 3 times 2, so a 6. And there's ways to make them stronger. Which means they can start wounding knights on a 4. Yeah. Now, will they survive swinging back? No. Will they do so much damage that won't matter? Oddly enough, yes. And for a 52-point unit, that's not bad. Problem is, you're never taking them as a 52-point unit. That's 4 sisters. Oh, I thought it was 3 before. Huh. Oh, whatever. I'm taking it up to the max. You don't take them as less. Which in this case is 9, because they used to have the Sister Superior. Now the Repentia Superior, because I think they actually lost a lawsuit, so they had to change the name of the model. Now, I'm going to take a few of these. I might reorganize later. I only want to take 2, though, for a specific reason. Hit this up to 9. All right. So now we have the first real assets for a melee list. Oh, man. This is... And I just read the comment. Bloody Rose is a pun. You ever get that point where it's like, you know you should have expected this. It really should have been expected. And then you didn't. I'm hitting that right now. I'm hitting a lot of that. All right. Now, since we have Repentia, they have no shooting, which means our next choice is kind of obvious. We have to throw in 2 rhinos. Now, I could throw an Immolator, but that's just way more expensive for what I need. And I love repressors. I actually have 2 of them. Freaking bitch to find because they actually took them off the web store and you got to find them secondhand at best anymore. But yeah, I got 2 and they're great for holding shooting units, which these are not. That would literally be a waste of points. Now, since we have the sisters, I'm going to make one quick change. Up here, no, they might have moved it. Stratagems, or is it Force Org? Oh, yeah, they moved it to Force Org. Now, as you can see, I'm not taking the Superior. Excuse me. I like them, but they're also kind of terrible. They really can't. Unless Celestine's rules are changed so she could always resurrect one if the unit was completely wiped, which would be broken, they're useless because they're just extra 20 points. I mean, if you got 20 points and nothing to spend on, sure, they're extra bodies, but yeah, whatever. All right, so we put in the Repentia Superior. That's good because what she does is very enabling. Reroll charge rolls, which is not bad. I mean, for, what we're paying for 35 points, that's not bad. But when you consider that their entire thing is getting into close combat, and if they fail, they are a wasted unit, it becomes very important. Now, we're almost at the halfway mark, which is actually moving faster than I thought. So first off, I'm going to leave it at 2 there. Oh, so Crazy Snakes, you have a homebrew chapter called the Diamondbacks? Yeah, no, trust me, if you use this app, it's Battlescribe, it's so much easier. List building is so much easier with this app. It's so much and it shows you how, and it's playable, and honestly, this is one of the things where if Warhammer 40K, if Games Workshop wasn't so set on making their own monthly paid app to do it, that wasn't as good or as updated, this would be the perfect choice for them to sponsor because it would make playing their game easier, which would sell more models. They don't, though, because they're doing the usual thing where it's like, you know what? We can make money by having people pay us every month on a subscription fee to list building. That's as updated as their books are. Which sounds good until you realize their books sometimes have issues. Battlescribe does too. but it's usually not as bad, and it gets fixed. Unlike the books, which you have to just buy a new one. Not saying I'm salty about that, but I'm salty about that. All right. Now let's see. We have the basis down here. Now I only said I want to take 2 for a reason. That reason is because I want to grab a preacher. And now that we have that, I'm also going to jump up here, and since I'm putting everything into 1 battalion, I might as well do it. I'm going to hit the missionary as soon as it loads. There we go. Now the preacher and the missionary serve the same purpose in this army. 1, I can only take 1 missionary, so I can't take more than 1, unfortunately. And 2, they add attacks to anything Ministorum. Every Sister to Battle has the Ministorum keyword. They are so very good at making things hit more often. They have the aura that does it. And also the missionary says whenever you fail a roll, if you roll a 4-up for each individual model that runs for morale, it doesn't run. So it's an extra roll per model whenever you fail, which it's nice. Different units, and honestly, you should never put yourself in a position where that happens, but I've saved it a few times, and it was just annoying to my opponent where they wasted an entire shooting to get rid of a unit. And at the end of the unit, even though there was only 1 left who succeeded the save of morale from the missionary, they still couldn't shoot all the characters because 1 unit survived. It was very situational, and honestly, better to use him strictly for the attack buff. Now, since we're doing melee, we have one other option. Now, this would put us a little higher than I like. I like keeping only 3 units in a specific bracket, just because, well... Okay, oh, good, I didn't hit the limit yet. Now, this one, Warrior, is the... Imagifier. Her plastic model hasn't come out at the time I'm doing this, so I've actually just been using one of the banner bearers from the regular base set and just saying it's an Imagifier. And because the base model of the Imagifier is kind of crap in metal, yeah. Not as bad as the Dialogus in metal, but yeah. So I'm going to hit this one. First, Warrior, because it's +1 strength, which is good. It would put a normal sister up to 4, so they can wound a Space Marine in combat on a 4 with, 0 save. It's basically the same as a Space Marine punch at that point. On a Repentia, that 4 becomes strength 8 with AP attached, and at that point, it just has to have it. This means killing knights is possible. Killing armor is possible. And since they're melee, they're in a weird position where they have a pretty decent invul save. Because all the layered shenanigans, so they have a 4-up invul. I mean, their usual save is a 6, but their 4-up invul is pretty damn good. And I'll just throw on Tale of the Stoic because why not? Now, this will cost a CP for Venerated Saint, but honestly, it's just so bull. I mean, theoretically, I should never be in a situation where I need it because this is a melee army. I should have them in melee. Anytime where the Tale of the Stoic is necessary, let me go back. Tale of the Stoic is ignore AP1 in shooting. Considering this is a Space Marine meta, and most Space Marines are shooting AP1 strength 4 shots at 30 inches because intercessors are a spammed item right now, this is necessary in almost every other type of battle. With sisters that are of the Bloody Rose, where they're melee based, they shouldn't be shot because that's bad positioning on your end. Or more likely I screwed up, which is more likely. That said, I'm going to hit it because there's always a chance I won't, and getting to ignore that early level shooting, the shooting that has really bad stuff, is probably useful. The problem is I would be using this with Repentia, who only have an invul save. AP doesn't matter to them because their base save is worse than their invul. It doesn't change. It's always a 4-up, which is nice and bad in equal measure. Because it also means if they have cover, it's still a 4-up because their cover would improve it to a 5, which sucks. Yeah, it's like if you're running into a battle practically naked, you die. Spoilers, you die. Invuls are kind of bullshit. I'm going to take it, though, because there's a lot of other units here who could be shot, who will be hanging back. I might actually have to... Am I going to have to? Yeah, I'm going to have to. Pious Warren, good character out of a Blackstone Fortress. Terrible on the battlefield. Great in kill team. Dialogus, I'm going to hold off on. Celestian. They're actually good in combat, but honestly, for 2 points more for a... Yeah, it's one of those things where this is a 5-man, this is a 4-woman. 4-woman? Yeah, 4-woman. But they cost a little less, but they're more. They get more attacks, they get better attacks, and this honestly matters more. Seraphim squad, I will get to in a bit, but I want to do that in a separate item. Right now, I'm going strictly on these girls. So we got the 2 Sororitas Rhinos, we got them. Now, I put them at 9. That means I'm going to need 1 more transport just to get everything with them. So I'm going to go down here. This one, though, I'm going to take a repressor because I have 10 more spots. Now, first off, the Preacher and the Missionary, whenever I deploy, the Repentia, the Preacher, and the Missionary will go with the Rhinos here because that just makes more sense in my opinion because they don't really need to shoot. Their shooting is... Oh, yeah, Yeah, I more or less pretend they don't have guns because it's less depressing. Yeah. Now that still leaves the Canoness and the Repentia Superior who need to take over this last option. And since I'm taking a repressor, it can fire. Specifically, it has a flamer. It can take another flamer or another storm bolter, and it has firing ports. So 6 models in it can fire. Not from the same unit, just models. So there's a lot of degenerate things you could do. Normally, I would just load that with a bunch of Retributors. And this time around, I would like to do something similar. With one exception. I'm just going to take a single Retributor squad. Now, normally I would go heavy armor here and just take a lot of multi-meltas, which is fine. I mean, that's completely valid. But since this is a very melee-focused unit, I'm going to take heavy flamers because 1, flamers, 2, flamers, 3, 12-inch flamers because Retributors buff it to 12. That means 1, if someone charges the tank, they get hit by flamers. 2, they will not want to charge the tank. So if you're trying to charge in your tanks, having this in here is useful because they will get cooked. Charging a Retributor with flamers is a terrible idea. Also, you can just throw this on here. I'm just going to add this in here because why not? Chainsword's free, so I take it every time. I'm not going to take the bolt gun, and I just kind of like the Combi Plasma. There might be better options, but that just seems to be a fan favorite. And by fan favorite, I mean my favorite. Ooh. And Crazy Snake, 40K Theories did a video on your Diamondbacks chapter. Oh, wow. Congratulations, man. All right. Now that's enough of the base level. That still only takes up 5 of the 5 remaining... 5 of the 10 remaining slots in the repressor. This is where I think it gets fun. Now, I think I have the base squad here. What I want to do next is give it a little more murder. I'll fix up that. Now we're going to forces. I'm going to add another battalion. Because why not? I can have all the command points. And with what I plan on doing, I'm going to need all the command points. I love how the Fallen aren't included in Chaos. Just little things like, yeah, you can see where they fall in here, yeah. Here we go, another battalion. Yes. It's loading, and it's loading. All right, is it at the top or the bottom they moved? Okay, they moved it to the bottom. Nice. Configuration. All right, we'll take the detachment. Can't use Battleforge. We need Order Conviction. I'm actually going to go up here and take out the Missionary. As long as they're all of the same order, it shouldn't matter. And even less so because missionaries are a missionary, or Adeptus Ministorum. So they don't need to be in the same order. They just need to be a Ministorum. So they can technically go into every vehicle. Because vehicles in Sisters have the limitation of the correct order or Ministorum. So as, you can choose Adeptus Ministorum so everyone can go everywhere, which is how you'll have to play like some of the elites that have chapter-specific characters, because they can then be taken as Ministorum and just soup them up, which you do for some. Or you can do what I do and just screw them around to keep the HQ amounts up. All right, do I need these guys? No. I want to play them, but I just don't have any Inquisitors. Never really got into them. Also because they're really old models at this point. I'm going to take another Canoness and the Missionary. So that covers my requirements for the HQ. Yeah. Bolt pistol, less blade. Because again, it's going to be a melee unit. I would be stupid not to take it as melee. Last pistol, autogun. I would take the bolt pistol shotgun, but honestly, I don't want him in combat. I don't want him to be in a place where shooting is going to help. Yeah, no. He's there for aura. And let's see. Now this one I can have some fun with. First off, we're going to go for this. Just put these in here. Now, I'm not really kitting out those Battle Sisters, these ones, to do anything. Just like in the first one, they are mostly going to be sitting around in the back, holding objectives, make sure I don't need to worry about that. And honestly, if they're in cover, they're super hard to dislodge. Because, you know, decent saves in general. Even without any buffs, they're just going to be sitting in the back as a huge army. They can probably take out a knight in sheer just melee damage at this point. Because, honestly, at strength 3 or strength 4, it doesn't really matter. You're wounding a knight on a 6 either way. But they can put in a ton of attacks. Would it be good? No. But it would at least hold it up for a bit. Because, not because you can tie it in combat, but because you can actually string them out to the point where the knight wouldn't have anywhere to move within its range without being on top of models, so it would actually be stuck. Is this a good idea? No, don't do it. It's stupid. Does it work? Yes, but only under specific circumstances. I wouldn't recommend it. As in, don't, for the love of God. If you're doing this, you've screwed up so many things. Wait, Wallace. The U.S. Army named a tank Baby Yoda? Oh, dude, Wallace, you have made my day. Now, since this is melee, yeah, we knew it was going to happen. I'm going to be taking advantage of a specific unit that's not here. Oh, yeah, I put an elite. I'm going to be using all the Seraphim here. And a Hospitaller. Because, well, I just generally like having them. It's a personal preference. Just one. I like what they do. I have no idea what the Hospitaller's hero in the making trait would be. Or I guess it's just the generic ones. Seraphim squads, though. Oh, yeah, these I'm making bigger. I think, yeah, 9 and this. Okay. Probably should just take a full unit. Here we go. Looks like Blank Blank is not a Baby Yoda fan. Oh well, sorry about that. Seraphim Pennant. I have no idea what that does, but I like it. Ooh, a pistol or a plasma pistol? No, because they're melee. They're not going to be there for swing back. If I've had that happen, it's something wrong. All right. You know what? This is a list for my own fun. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go 3 Seraphim. Yes. Embrace the bullshit. I would like to personally do this on the tabletop. I don't have any Seraphim because their models are not released yet. Technically, you could just say counts as with the old metal or Seraphim. And yeah, that would be fine. Yeah, sure. But they're so much cooler on their own. These, though, are so freaking good. Strength 3, which sucks. But, you know, I have the Magifier. It can buff them up to 4. And they can reroll wounds. They have a passive ability to reroll wounds. Not reroll ones, not some, not misses. They just reroll any wound they want. And if you buff them up to 4, oh dear God. They are insane. And they have like other abilities that make it easier for other units to get in charge range. But let's be honest, that's just... Every single one has a power sword, so AP -3. On what can be buffed to a strength 4. And they can get multiple attacks because they are still Ministorum, so they can benefit from the auras. And they move fast. They hit hard. You see where I'm going with this. They're a hard-hitting, fast-moving unit that needs support to be great, but can get where you need so quickly. The problem is their toughness 3. That invul save is very important. Yeah. Now let's see. I still have a few more points I can throw in here. So let's see about really having some fun here. Now, the Hospitaller is also Bloody Rose, so she can go in the tank. I got the extra Canonist, and now I'm going to start playing with their abilities before I play with the extra points I have. All right, let's start with this one up here. This, another Repentia Superior. Do I have enough points for it? I don't know. I'm going to play with my points, and if I have enough, there's something else degenerate I want to do. But first, I'm going to make her my Warlord. I'm going to give her a specific ability that is very fun. Indomitable Belief, which is the one that increases the save characteristic. All right. Did I give her a... Why did I hit the Superior? Ah, here we go. And just to make this a little safer, since I have a lot of units here, I'm going to give her the Book of Lucius to give her a little more range, a total of a 9-inch range to her different auras. Ooh, Darth, you're playing on Tabletop Simulator? I actually have that. I just never was really a fan of using it because my computer can't handle it. Yeah. My own fault. I have a lot of programs running for editing, and they soak up the processing power. And I've had this computer for years, so it's a little outdated. But, you know, it works for me, so I'm fine. All right. And now down here. Ah, yes, the Seraphim. I love those units. I can't wait till they come out in plastic. For this Canonist, I'm also going to be taking... where? Oh, I need to quickly hit this. Blessed Blade? Okay. Huh. Blade of Ammunition should be here. First, Heroine trait. And very important thing, Beacon of Faith. There's other abilities, like there's... Blazing, they're good, but Beacon of Faith is bull. It is absolutely insane. I could technically get this by making Celestina Warlord. I don't think she can take Heroine or whatever. I realize what I just said. Heroine in the making. She can't take that. Phrasing is important. Also, Cue Ball. Thanks for dropping in, man. Yeah. And now we can take the really good Blade of Admonition. It's actually really insane. 3 damage flat, 3 AP, plus 2 strength. So a base of 5 when you swing with it, and with a buff, it's a base of 6, which is on a Guardsman, you wound on a 2. On a Space Marine, well, you still wound on a 4, but that's just good. But it also means on a lot of the upper level heavy infantry, you're going to be wounding on a 4 or a 3. There's some at strength 4. It's just insane. I've recently run into that with Castellan robots, except they're toughness 7. Guy brought 6 of them. Locked them in, and gave full rerolls with Call. And then I missed every shot in the first turn on them. I'm just going to stop thinking about that. It's much less depressing and painful. Yeah, no, we're no. Now, as you notice, I haven't gone into a lot of the details of the extra weapons they can carry. I will, and I might very well do that soon, but I want to check something. I think we actually have enough for it, so I'm going to go down here to heavy, and we do. We got enough for a couple penitent engines. Now, I think this is interesting. Normally, I would take them one at a time because I'm trying to fill out a battalion, but in this case, I'm not going to... What did I miss here? Relics of the Ecclesiarchy. Oh, yeah, almost forgot. Have to pay for where they just put this. Open the reliquaries. There we go. I paid 1, got 1. Now I'm going down on points to 10, so I'm paying a lot of this. Lucas, I've never really done a homebrew chapter, cult, or order. That said, I think I'm kind of building up to one. I don't have actually... Let's see. I liked how my Celestine model was painted. I commissioned that one rather than anything else. So I decided to take her colors and make them the basis for my own chapter of order. I'm basically doing it, though, so I can say that they're a recruiting chapter who takes from other chapters, and it's just an internal justification for why I can just use any sort of order units. It's like, oh yeah, I got 3 different orders here, but they all look the same. They were poached. This chapter is on Earth, and they poach different orders for abilities. That's my reasoning, and I'm sticking to it. I don't want to call it the Order of the Bloody Magpie, but I think I might be calling it the Order of the Bloody Magpie. All right, here we go. Penitent engine. Let's see, how many can I take in a single unit? Okay, I can take 4. That is too many points, though. This is just enough. Now, I actually really like the buzzsaw blades, but they're just not as good. What I need, though, is something big, something hitty, and something murdery. And they are very Now, I know the mortifiers are better, but these are so freaking cheap. Like, look at it. I'm still under 2,000 points with 3 of them on the table. And it costs 0 to change out the weapons. And they have 2 heavy flamers. But let's be honest, that's not why you bring them. I mean, it's nice. I'm not complaining. Here we go. Oh, I need to put 2 penitent, didn't I? I need to fix that on everyone. Oops. It said 0, so I wasn't paying attention to the cost. Yeah, that's my own problem. Penitent. Okay, here we go. The SCP universe. Cue ball, I actually have. I've looked into a few things, and honestly, I'm easily freaked out, so it scares me. But that's more my own problem, because I am a coward. And here's the thing. These are 3 in a single unit. They're a single drop. Damn. Now, I know mortifiers are better, but yeah, I'm just going to take these because they're cheap and they have a 5-up feel no pain. Sure, they can't get invul saves, but they have a 5-up feel no pain. They're cheap. They are going to take so much heat off everyone. They can get in, they can break up a line because they're pretty fast. They need to be shot, and they're cheap. Tom, actually, when it comes to AdMech, I only have a couple tech priests, and one of them I haven't painted yet. Because I bought them, or specifically asked for them for Christmas, because I wanted to soup up my Astra Militarum tank units. I have a surprisingly good amount of tanks for Astra Militarum. I'm trying to build an all-tank battalion. I know I can't because battalion, tank, it does not work. But it'll just be an army of tanks, and my army's going to be like, hey, so, if you get close, I lose. You're not going to get close. It'll be all tanks and Gilliman in the center to give free rerolls to everyone without having to use a tank commander. It's only rerolls of 1, but it's worth it. Yeah, it's a degenerate idea. All right. So we got 3 Penitent engines, 30 Zephyrim, Celestine, 6 Battle Sisters, a Hospitaller, who's actually going to be there for their Pentia. And let's see, is there anyone else I can just kind of get in here? The Canoness, the Missionary. Yeah, we got, I think, only 9 points. So I'm not going to try and fit any units in here. I'm just going to make a few little changes. Specifically, backline changes. I might only be able to get a couple of these, but I will take them. I'm a big fan of doing this. Just taking a backline unit. Now, I'm a little over on this. Can I get around it somehow? No, I don't think I can. I love the multi-melta for that. Let's see about this. How much is a regular melta? 14? Still too much. Dang. Well, I guess I'll be going Stormbolters then. Get a lot of extra shooting out of them. If I had enough points, I would go for more, but I'll take what I can get. So overall, I like what this is. It's a really silly list, but I have a lot of firepower here that's just going to do horrible, horrible, degenerate things. And as if anyone can tell, I like doing degenerate things. All the degeneracy. Yes, yes, excellent. Now, there are a lot of other things I would like to do. There's a whole mid-range fast-moving army with Stormbolter BSery with Dominions. I haven't really got into that because it wasn't really my thing after they were removed from tanks. Yeah, in tanks, really good. Out of tanks, too easily killed. Yeah, that said, Retributors of the Argent Shroud are disgusting. Like, I like playing them, and I will fully admit they are disgusting. So this is 3 with special weapons, and 3 without. That said, it get me up to 10 CP. Or it got me up to. You know what? I'm going to make a change here. As much as I like Stoic, it doesn't really work because these should never be in melee. But I am going to take Tale of the Faithful. Now, it might be a completely wasted payment here. And by completely wasted, I mean 9 out of 10 armies, this will not come up. In that 20th army, I know what I said, 20th, not the 10th, the 20th, it will be super, super important because Grey Knights just got a buff. Demons are a thing. Yeah, sorry, Flying Lum. I have to go 10 minutes ago. I was going to stream early today because of that, and I'm now late. Crap. Oops. Thank you for dropping in Flying Llama to remind me. I've actually just finished the list, so that's a good time. Let's just check it up, and it's going to be way too small on stream, but as you can see, quick to anger. Oh, yeah, and this is why I chose them, because they have some disgusting abilities as base. When resolving an attack made with a melee weapon or pistol, add, with this conviction, Bloody Rose, add armor penetration. Add an AP of 1. So 0 becomes 1. A fist becomes a 1. Oh, also, there's extra attacks if they made a charge, or were performed a heroic intervention, like Space Marines. But let's just go down here and look at what really makes this really crazy. The Seraphim are great at clearing chaff because they'll eat through them. They'll eat up the basic saves. There's no invols. But then you get to the Repentia. They're glass cannons, but they are really murdery glass cannons. First, Zealot. They can, for melee weapon hits, they can re-roll hit rolls. Yeah, that's just a thing. Whenever they charge, make hero intervention are charged. So that's a thing. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is new. Oh, 5-up feel no pain. Oh, I did not know they had that. Apparently, that's one of the new things I've completely missed. They gave Sisters Repentia a 5-up feel no pain. Huh. Cool. And, of course, Martyrdom. Huh, I have not seen a lot of these. I wonder if these are outdated because they don't seem... I'm not complaining. A 5-up feel no pain and gain 1 miracle dice? Other than the morale phase? Huh. I have missed these abilities. I just knew about Zealot. Yeah, whatever. Now, sure, they normally hit on a 4 because you have to subtract 1 with this, but it's minus 3 AP plus 1 AP is minus 4 AP. This wounds a knight. No save, because they don't have invul saves unless they pay for the 1 relic, and only 1 model can take that. So it just says, I hit, I wound, it takes the damage. 2 damage flat. And it has a base attack of 1. But then there's the missionary, so a base attack of 2. Then there's the preacher, so a base attack of 3. And if they charged, base attack of 4. There are 9 of them. You see where I'm going. This does damage. This does a lot of damage. And they reroll hits. So even though it's minus 1, they reroll hits. That's good. Now again, their base save is a 7. So in cover, they have a t-shirt. Yeah, you never take them. Thankfully, they have a, what was it called? Shield of or the Act of Faith, Shield of Faith, whatever. So the 6-up invul, buffed by Celestine to a 5-up invul, buffed by the extra Canis to a 4-up invul. Add that to a apparent 5-up feel no pain. Dude, they're actually pretty lively. So the basic way you play this is you put the Repentia in a tank. You put all the squishies in a tank. You drop the penitent engines and you charge them in to draw attention. You won't get their first turn unless you deployed really well and got some really good advance rolls, pay the stratagem to advance and charge. Yeah, that would work up. Second turn, you get everyone close. You drop in the Seraphim, who I'll just pull up. Wish I could scroll faster. Seraphim, yes. And jellyfishes, so their base is a 4. Sorry, base is a 3. 5. Then, Celestine, since she's around for a 4-up. Yeah. Reroll wounds. And, strike from the sky. Oh, yeah, they have grenades. Nice. Oh, and bolt pistol. I didn't know that. I always focus on the fact that they're all equipped with power swords. All of them. AP minus 3. 2A4. Base attack 1. But again, same math. Multiple attacks. Charging. This is murder. And it is glorious. Because they're not that expensive. 9 of them are 170 points. But this is 10 of them are 170 points. That's 10 4-up invul saves. And, just a lot of other things. Also, yeah. Oh, heading out Lord Inquisitor? And I need to as well. Crap, I got distracted again. All the same though, everyone. You basically see my thing is drop down, swing in, get in there, clear enough space so the Repentia can get to the heavy targets and demolish them, because they will succeed on rolls, because the Repentia Superior, which they changed the name to, will keep them to re-roll their rolls. So if they fail, they get another one for free. Now you can't re-roll it on dice, but it's easy. And then there's all the crazy stratagems. The only change I would sometimes make is maybe take in... do I have any of them around? No, actually... here we go. These guys. The Arcoflagellants. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I love them because they're so good. I hate them because they freak me out. If I was redoing this list without the Seraphim, yeah, I would go heavy on the Flagellants, put in even more tanks, drive them in, have them tear through an enemy line, because they have a 5-up feel no pain. They do damage. They hit a lot. They generate 3 attacks for every 1 in base. They're scary. But I just like Seraphim more because they're faster and they're not nearly as freaky to me. Yeah, that's the thing. How freaky something is does matter to me. So all the same, everyone, I'm going to have to cut this here because I'm very late. Oops. It's like I always stream right before I need to go places. So all the same. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you don't see me again, I was late and I was very, very punished to death about that, which will hurt. So all the same. See you guys in the next one, I hope. Adios. Oh, and if you want me to do a specific list next time, just tell me down below. Yeah, I'll try and see about doing another one of these streams. This is just fun. I like making builds like this. See you guys in the next one. Adios. Oh, God, I am so freaking late.